I worked on an Easter animation in Toon style, and in this video I will show you how to render a textured object in that style. I switched to a new Blender project. The Easter egg is in the center. I also added the sunlight with a strength 1 and completely white color. The render engine must be Eevee because one necessary node is only available in Eevee. This is how the scene looks like in rendered view. For the egg we have a simple diffuse shader. The first search result when you look for a Toon shader is this node setup, a shader to RGB node and a color ramp. The shader to RGB node is only available in the render engine Eevee. We connect the diffuse shader with the shader to RGB and the color ramp with the material output. The color ramp has the interpolation mode constant, and I changed the color of a black slider to a dark gray. When we bring down the white slider, the egg starts to look like a Toon egg. Since we don't want a pure white egg, we connect the color of our texture with the diffuse shader. We see the pattern of our texture, but the original colors are replaced by the colors of a color ramp. A more depth search for help reveals the YouTube channel Comfy. This channel is all about 2D animation with Blender. He suggests this node setup. Let's make some space. He adds 2 separate color nodes and a combine color node in the mode Hue Saturation Value. We connect the diffuse shader into this first separate color node and plug the hue and saturation directly into the combine node. The value goes into the color ramp and from the color ramp into the second separate color node. The value output goes into the combine color node. We plug the combine color node into the material output. The idea behind the node setup is that the shader reacts to the color of the light. When I turn the sun into red, the egg becomes also red. In this case it only works when the shadow is completely black. When we plug our texture into the shader, it looks good on first sight. But when we look closer at the shadow, we see the texture disappears. This is the area of complete dark shadow. To solve this problem, we connect the color of our texture into the separate color node and the shader to RGB node into the color ramp. And now the texture continues in the shadow areas. But there is one downside. We lost the ability to react to the color of the light source. In my case, I got what I was looking for, and I see you in the next video.